are focusing on profits, not the livelihoods of these people. And the solution to this is a cooperative bank. Now, I'm very happy. Wherever we have been, Ugandans are hungry for the bank. The resolutions they have made is that we want a bank as far as yesterday, and we are ready to capitalize it. We are ready to put in money. However, we are asking government, especially those people the government is targeting, those who are unbankable, the 39%. We are also saying all this money scattered in different ministries and banks. Talk about the PDM money, where 100 million is going to a parish for PDM circles. We are looking at Emyoga. We are looking at agricultural credit finance, which is lying in these commercial banks. We are talking about the Youth Livelihood Fund. We are talking about the Women Entrepreneurship Fund. All this money, if it is consolidated together under one envelope, which is the cooperative bank, my mother, your father, in the... Okay. So I'm Ivan Asimwe, CPA, the General Secretary of Uganda Cooperative Alliance. Uganda Cooperative Alliance is the apex body for all registered cooperative societies in the country, established on the 17th of June 1961. And this is a legal mandate. It's created by Act of Parliament and is given legal mandate including capacity building, law and advocacy, which is about policy, arbitration, resource mobilization. So basically, this is what Uganda Cooperative Alliance. So based on our mandate, today we are here at the Sera Hotel in Kampala, meeting with the cooperators in the Central Region. Now, the cooperators we are meeting, they are representatives of the different types and forms of cooperatives found within the Central Region of Uganda, meaning we have cooperative unions like Wamara, like West Mengo, East Mengo, and others. We have area cooperative enterprises, the savings and credit cooperative organizations, the PDM, Emyoga, energy, housing, transport cooperatives. So in other words, they are really representing the different types and forms within the country. And purposely why we are here for two things. One is capacity building of these cooperators, because we invited the leaders, the chairman, preferably, and the manager of a cooperative. Why are we doing this? We did a capacity needs assessment, because we are not just doing it for purposes of inviting people, but we did a capacity needs assessment across the country, which established that actually we have gaps in areas of governance and management of these cooperatives. In areas of risks, there are so many risks because these cooperatives do business. So as they do business, there are lots of risks: credit risk, financial risk, legal risk, all that, production risks and others. Then there is also an issue of record keeping, the issue of legal policy and regulatory framework, issues of resource mobilization. So all of those combined, we thought it wise to invite these people and build their capacities. However, this is not all. We shall continue, because education is a process. We shall continue to invite people and build their capacities in different aspects, depending on the gaps that we have identified. Number two, as why we are here, and the most important thing is to do wider consultations on the establishment of the National Cooperative Bank in Uganda. We have so far covered northern Uganda. We're in Guru. We went to Midwest in Fort Potro. We have been to western Uganda in Mbarara. Currently, today we are here in the Central Region in Kampala. And on Thursday and Friday, we will be in Eastern Region in Mbale City. So, why a bank? We all know, the listeners and the viewers, that at one time we had a cooperative bank in Uganda. It was established in 1964 by the cooperative unions and societies in the country. However, on the 19th of May 1999, this bank was closed by the central bank with the reasons of undercapitalization. Now, for us as cooperators, we believe that then, the time the bank was closed, automatically cooperatives were not strong enough like it is today. And that one also contributed to the collapse of this bank, because ideally the cooperative bank is owned, controlled, used, and benefiting the cooperators. So it closed because of the financing gap that was there then. It's like a tree. If the branches are cut down, then you cannot expect this tree to grow. So likewise, the cooperatives that used to be very strong in 1960s and early 70s became weak because of the civil wars and other economic restructuring programs. So, and because of that, automatically the bank couldn't survive because the bank was highly dependent on the strength of the cooperative movement then. So, but to date, I'm very happy to inform all Ugandans that we have very strong cooperatives which have the capacity to establish and own a bank. Talk about Wazalendo Sacco for the army. Wazalendo Sacco now has hit $1 trillion in terms of portfolio. Talk about these other SACCOs, the URA Sacco, Parliamentarian Sacco, Exodus Sacco, the Yamujungi Nikabale, this Moyo Sacco, Koboko United, West Nile. So there are so many bigger SACCOs. Talk about unions. Ankole Coffee Producers Cooperative Union exports 200 containers of coffee to Europe every year. Talk about Chiwinge Coffee Society in Masaka. Talk about Wamara. So they are there, the unions are there, the primary societies are there. You talk about energy. Chegegwa Energy distributes power in 12 districts in Uganda, meaning that we have another Umeme if it grows to that level. So in other words, we are now at a level where we say enough is enough. We need a bank that is going to listen to the concerns of the cooperators. Most importantly, the cooperatives address the needs of the smallholder farmers and the small and medium enterprises for those who are not in agriculture. However, the challenge we have in this country is having a bank that is able and willing to provide affordable and appropriate finance. Affordability is in terms of costs. If I'm a farmer, for example, and I need a loan, how much is that loan in terms of interest and other costs vis-a-vis my expected revenues from the project? It is still a challenge. Appropriateness is in terms of matching the loan period and the gestation period, especially as a farmer. I grow coffee. Coffee takes my 3 years for it to mature so that I start making money. Is there a bank that is willing to give me a loan with a grace period of 3 years? So that after 3 years, when I start harvesting my coffee, that's when I start paying. However, most of the banks we have, almost all, you get a loan today. Today is the 14th of May. By 14th of June, you have to pay the first installment. And yet, as a coffee farmer, I have not even cleared my garden. So literally, I am having that financing gap. So the cooperative bank ideally is coming in to close that gap. As it used to do the same work in the 60s and 70s. Because like I mentioned, it was formed in 1964. And how was it functioning? The cooperative bank would work with a union like Wamara. You have heard by yourselves inside the chairperson of Wamara, how we explain. The bank would provide, they call it seed capital or crop finance. So they would give money to a union like Wamara. The union would now take the money down to the primary societies. Now, if I was a coffee farmer in Mubende, which is under Wamara, then I would not struggle going to money lenders to get money. Me, I would go to my society, I get the advance, which is crop finance, and then I can now handle all the financial needs that I need that are there. For example, children are going back to school next week or after next week. Now the parents have not yet harvested the coffee. So what is going to happen? Literally, farmers are now going to start selling gardens because they are hungry for money. Not even coffee, but gardens. Coffee has not even matured, but you need money. So you are forced to sell a garden. And now you surrender your coffee very cheaply. You give it to a money lender. You give it to a middleman. The middleman waits and harvests your coffee, makes a lot of money, and the farmer remains poor. That explains why Ugandans are poor. So as a country, we need to see far. The solution to this is having farmers, through their cooperative societies and unions, accessing affordable and appropriate finance through a cooperative bank, the way it is in other countries. I'll give you a scenario. Go to Netherlands. The Rabobank of Netherlands, current by 2023, its total assets were 614 billion euros, which is an equivalent of 2,500 trillion Ugandan shillings, which is 43 times bigger than our national budget of 58 trillion. So where are we? You go to our friends in Kenya. By 2023, the net worth of their bank was